So, you say you want to be an entrepreneur. Well, you have to do what is necessary to start and grow that business. We'll be discussing it coming up next. Welcome everyone to the Business of Soul podcast. I am your host, Dr. Melody, and I am here with my beautiful co-host, my mother, Miss Gloria. And how you doing today, Mom?
I'm doing good. Yahweh just blessed us and gave us another day to be able to sit here and talk, and you do look beautiful.
You too.
Thank you.
So nice,
Thank you.
Thank you. But so today we are talking about entrepreneurship and how not to work against yourself. So I know you might be wondering, what do I mean, about don't work against yourself. But as a business consultant, I've been doing this now for over 13 years. Even when I was working a 9-to-5 job, on the side, I would have people come to me all the time, ask me to help them with their businesses because they saw me running the trucking business. So a lot of people would come and ask me, can you help me to start my business and this, that, and the other. So I've been doing this for a while now. So I can definitely give you some advice. So people come to me all the time, but here's the thing. A lot of times people don't take the advice that is given.
Exactly.
So I wanted to make a show that talks about how not to work against yourself. So when you decide to go on that journey of to become a business owner, it is a lot of work. It can be a very daunting task to actually put yourself out there in that way. I know all too well, and so does my mother.
Right.
But the thing about it is you have to do what is necessary for that business.
Exactly.
I hear a lot of times people come to me and they'll ask me, well, how can I expand my business, or how can I market my business, or whatever it is that they're looking for advice for. And I will give them the advice, and then they'll be like, oh no, I don't want to do that.
Right.
I'm not an extroverted type person. I'm not a people person like that. I don't like social media. I don't want to pass out flyers, whatever it is. Like, they just be like, they don't want to do it. And so I'm like, well, a business is just like raising a child.
Exactly.
You have that child, and as that child grows, that child may need some more shoes, some more clothes, because now that child is growing, it's getting bigger, right? This is just an example.
Mm-hmm.
But what you gonna do? Say, I'm not gonna buy that child new shoes because I just bought a pair of shoes yesterday?
You sure can't do that.
Right. So it's the same thing with your business. If you're gonna step in this arena to, entrepreneurship and running your own thing, you have to do what is necessary. Now, and that's the thing that really bothers me sometimes, because I really do be wanting to see people succeed.
Exactly.
I want to see your business grow as great as it can.
Right.
But don't work against yourself.
Exactly, because that's what we do. We work against our own self. We always say what we don't want to do or what we don't like doing. But when you do things like that, you just throw the damper into your business, because when you have a business, I had a business before. I had a business twice. You have to do all the marketing, whatever necessary that it takes. There's a lot of things I didn't want to do either, but I did it if it's going to make my business successful.
Absolutely. But let me correct you on something, because you had more than 2 businesses.
Well, you're right.
I learned a lot about entrepreneurship from my mother.
Right.
She actually was the first person who showed me it could be done. And a lot of times you learn stuff without really realizing that you're paying attention to things. I didn't even know how much I had learned from her for business until it was time to actually run my own business. She's done in-home daycare. You had a shop in Oakwood Mall, a shop in Rock Bottom Flea Market, and also she would also sell things at the Algiers Flea Market. So she said 2 businesses, no.
Yeah.
So that's why we do have the experience to give you these tips and advice, because we know when you start on that journey, your main goal is is success. We know that, hands down. I haven't met anybody who doesn't want to be successful.
Right.
But the problem with some of you guys is that you don't want to do what you have to do. Well, why step into this lane? Because you are doing your business a disservice.
Right,
It's like that
exactly.
child, like you're not really taking care of.
Right.
You only giving it the bare
Right.
minimum, but you're not giving it enough to thrive to its full potential.
Right, exactly.
Why would you want to do that? Some of you really need some real hard truths, right? Like
Exactly.
y'all really need to be like shaken and woken
Yeah,
up. Like, come
yeah,
on now.
right.
You know, and so we want to see you win, but you have to be willing to do what is necessary. You have to have that hustle mentality.
Right, exactly.
You know?
See, like you said, we want to see you win, but
Mm-hmm.
you have to want to see yourself win.
Exactly.
You can't say things like, I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that. You have to do whatever you have to do to
Absolutely.
get it rolling and going.
Absolutely, and you should want to do that. But as someone who does work as a business consultant,
Right.
it is my job to motivate you
Mhm.
and to inspire you
Exactly.
and to push you. But I can only push you so much.
Right.
So that's why I did want to do an episode on this topic so that I can reach more than one person. Like if I'm doing a one-on-one
Right.
consultation, then I could reach more people, because I know there's a lot of you that really need to hear this.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not crazy about social media. I'm more of an introverted type person.
Mhm.
I'm not really like out there unless you really in my inner circle. You know,
Right.
that's just my personality. But when it comes to my business, I just have to push myself. I just have to get over whatever those dislikes are and all of that, because a lot of stuff is just in our heads
Exactly.
anyway. And nobody's saying that you have to be out there
Right.
like personally
Mhm.
posting and stuff, but at least post for your business.
Right.
Just start there.
Right. Well, half of the time, most of us on Facebook,
Mhm.
on social media,
True.
anytime. Even if you're on social media making a comment to
Yeah.
somebody, you're on social media, so that same
Mhm.
comment that you took and made to somebody, take out that time and post something about your business.
Right.
That's
you know,
it.
you could press a like or something on
Right.
a post. Post a flyer on your digital flyer
Right.
online. Make, you know, text something. Do something, y'all. I
Right.
just, like I said, I'm doing this real, like my mom said last
Out of
episode,
love.
out of love.
Right.
Like, I don't have to sit here and do that. I could be talking about something else. You know, but a lot of you guys, I see the passion that you have for your business, but sometimes you guys have the wrong mentality.
Exactly.
And so this is a lot about changing mindset. Though, you know, I said before, we're going to talk a lot about that.
Right.
And part of changing that mindset when it comes to running your business is just saying, hey, if this is what I have to do,
Right.
then this is what I'm going to do.
Exactly.
Just get over it.
right.
You know?
And do it.
Right. And don't consult people for help if you're not going to take the
Exactly.
advice.
Right.
Don't even start a business if you feel like you have the attitude where I don't really want to deal with people like that. I really don't want to do this. Oh no, I don't want to do that. You know, and then some people, business takes money.
Yes.
It does take
It
money.
takes
Now I
money.
can give some tips later on down the line for how you may be able to start with little to no money, but there's gonna come a point where if you want that business to grow, you have to put money into that business. Just
Exactly.
point blank,
Exactly.
period.
Well, the thing is, too, I mean, if we want to look good, what we do? Don't we put money into ourselves?
Yes, we do.
Don't we go get our fake
Oh,
hair?
yes,
we
we
get our
do.
makeup, we
Yes,
get our
we do.
clothes, we get our shoes.
Whatever.
We do whatever we have to do to put ourselves out there to look good. So that's the
Mhm.
same thing with your business. You have to put out the money.
Right, because you want your business to look good.
Exactly.
You don't want to put it out there anyway. That business is a reflection of you, and you are a reflection
Right.
of that business.
Right.
So you trying to scrimp on everything that's necessary for your business.
Right.
And like I said before in the last episode, if you don't want to put out money, you better put in the time to learn those skills, to learn, you know,
Exactly.
whatever it is that's this stuff.
Exactly.
And a lot of us, we may have the funds to do it, but we just don't want to do it because we figure that,
Right.
oh, I'm putting all this money out, but I'm not making any
Right.
money. It takes money to make money.
And it takes time.
And it takes time.
It takes
yeah.
time. Nothing ain't gonna grow overnight.
No, it doesn't. And there are success stories that, where people may have a booming product and then all of a sudden, but that doesn't work like that for all of us.
No, it don't.
The real truth is that for a majority of businesses, it sometimes takes a few years for
Right.
that business to really
Exactly.
turn over the type of revenue
Exactly.
that it needs to really thrive on its
Right.
own.
Right.
So if you're getting into business and you're looking for a return in the next week or the next month, that's unrealistic.
Right.
So you have to have the right expectations, the right knowledge, so that when you go into business, you're not disappointed
Exactly.
and you're not looking for unrealistic results.
And you have to have that mindset.
Yes.
You have to have the right mindset
Mhm.
too as well.
Yeah, to actually run, that business the way it needs to be ran. So if you're thinking that you're going to start this business and, overnight you're going to start making all of this money, then that's not going to happen, not unless it's just some type of weird circumstances, but normally that doesn't happen that way.
Right.
So with your business, you want to make sure that you're planning out things, you're looking for all of the necessary components that you need to put into your business so that you can run it properly.
Right.
And now if you look at a list of things that you need and you're planning things out with your business plan, or you're going to a consultant and they're saying, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that, or whatever. If you don't do that, then the results that you get, you can't look for anything else.
Well, the thing is, if your business fails, then you have to look at you.
You have to look at yourself. Yeah.
Because if you go to the consultant and the consultant tell you that this is what you need, this is what you need to do, or I have an idea, maybe you should try this, then I feel if you go to that consultant, you should try it.
Exactly. Because number one, how are you going to know if the advice works? Number two, how are you going to actually see a change in your business if you don't do anything different? You're going to keep getting the same results that you're getting.
That's right.
And if you're consulting with someone, obviously there's something that you feel that you're missing or that you need, right? So you go to that person and you get advice, and then you don't even use it for your business. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
It don't. And if you go to that person, evidently you need the help.
Evidently.
Because other than that, you wouldn't even go to that person. If you had it all figured out, you wouldn't even, consult that person no kind of way. So that's what I'm saying. People does work against themselves.
Yes, and that's what we're discussing, about how not to work against yourself. We really need to stop, we need to get out of these habits that we have and these limited ways of thinking, and all of this, I don't want to do this, and I'm not this type of person, and all of that. It just sounds like a bunch of excuses to me.
Foolishness.
Are you afraid of success? Sometimes I wonder with people, like, even though you're trying to get the advice, you're not using it. Are you really afraid of the success?
Some people are afraid to step out. They'll come to you, they want to do business, but even if you have that mind frame set where you're afraid to step out, then, wait until you get more confidence within yourself.
Yeah.
Then go to that person and say, I would like to start this business.
Right, that's a good point. Maybe you should be working on confidence building.
Right.
Maybe you should be working on the personal skills.
Exactly.
Because I always say this, if you want to develop your business professionally, you have to develop personally.
That's right.
Because you have to have the mindset, you have to have the confidence and the strength as a person to be able to have that in your business.
That's right. And you know what, Melody? I see it every day in you. I see how hard you work. I see that you do whatever it takes necessary to get your business to grow. and to get your business going. That's why your business is succeeding every day, and I do see that. So I know that you is a good little entrepreneur. I know you are. That's why if people just take your advice and run with it, they will see as well that you know what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just like anything else in life. You know what you need to do. You have the blueprints, you have all this advice, you have the tips, you have whatever. But if you're not going to use it, it's just like if you go to the doctor and the doctor gives you a certain diagnosis, and they say, well, hey, you need to do A, B, and C.
Right.
But you don't do any of it. They might say, well, hey, you need to lose weight, or you need to start eating healthier,
Exactly.
or you need to, whatever it is. And you don't do it, but then you're like, well, why isn't anything changing with my body?
Because you didn't do it.
Because you didn't do anything.
That's why it doesn't change.
It's just a simple example, but it's the same principle.
But think about it. If you take that advice and you do it, because I did it. I was 200 pounds. And my doctor told me I needed to lose weight. But I took that advice. I did it. Didn't I see the results?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But if you wouldn't have done the work,
Right.
if you wouldn't have taken the necessary steps, you would have still been where you were.
And guess what? It's a lot of stuff on the menu I didn't even like. I didn't like it, but I had to do it.
Right.
I did whatever it took necessary to get this body where this body needs to be.
Right, and that's a good point. You may not like it.
Exactly.
Nobody's saying that the stuff is easy.
It's not.
A lot of this stuff does not come natural to us.
No.
It doesn't come natural. We always want to do what feels good to us.
Right.
What's easy, what's
Right.
pleasurable.
Right.
That's how our minds are wired.
Right.
So when you go to step out and you want to start your business, you have to rewire that brain.
You do.
have to change your way of thinking,
Exactly.
because now if you're a very passive type person, when it comes to business, you may have to be more assertive.
Exactly.
You have to be a go-getter.
Exactly.
You have to say, well, hey, I may not be a person who's comfortable with talking to people, but for the sake of my business,
Exactly.
I'm gonna do it.
That's
I'm gonna
right.
do whatever I have to
That's
do.
right.
I'm not like I say, a person that's really out there and stuff or whatever. I'm more of a homebody. I like to be in my own little bubble and stuff. But see, when it comes to business, you're gonna see a whole different melody.
That's right.
I'm very confident.
Exactly.
I am not afraid to step up and to do anything that I need, because the reason why I have that attitude is because I don't want to work against myself. It's just simple. I don't want to say I have these desires of success and growth, but here it is, all of these things that could help me, I haven't even tried anything. I don't want to be that type of person.
No.
And so that's why I do feel that I'm a great person to come to for advice when it comes to those type of things, because some of you guys do need the push. I don't mind pushing you, but I can only do so much. I can only do so much.
You have to crawl before you walk. And that is the truth. You have to crawl first. When that baby down on that floor, guess what? And even that baby got sense. When that baby on that floor, that baby crawl, but when that baby get up, stand up and fall, that baby get right back up. They keep on doing it. They keep trying it until one day them little things get up and they walk, and guess what? They succeed.
They succeed. Now, you may have a child that you might say, boy, it's time for you to walk. Let me keep standing you up on these legs. Let me get you the little white booty shoes, or whatever. That's necessary. It's the same thing with your business. You want that business to be able to stand on its own, right? So you might have to, adjust and do what you need to do. Stop being so passive with your business.
Exactly.
I really believe that entrepreneurship and business ownership is not for everybody.
No.
The reason why I say that is because some people don't have that right get up and go, that right type of assertive attitude to push their business.
Right.
Now, if that person could change their mindset on things, they'd probably be a great business owner.
Right. Exactly.
But until you get to that point, work on your personal skills first. Work on that first.
Exactly. Because it's not just about, I want to do business.
Yeah.
Because you do know if
way
you
more than
succeed, you could make money
Yeah.
doing it. But is it for you? That's what you got to, is it really
Right.
for you? Because if you're
Right.
not going to push, then you have to ask yourself, you have to say, is this business really for me?
Right.
You have to do whatever it takes to help your business.
Yeah, help yourself and help your business, right? So we know you guys want to be successful and you want to thrive. So I hope you guys got something out of this discussion and learn some, to not work against yourself and how
Exactly.
important it is for your business. So we're gonna wrap it up for today. I'm Melody,
And I'm Miss Gloria.
and this is the
Business of Soul.
Bye, guys.